Hello, Rangers Things listeners. We are celebrating our 100th episode this episode that you're about to hear, but unfortunately, we didn't have the optimal audio experience, and me, like a buffoon, I'm on the road and I forgot all my files. So you're not going to get an intro, you're not going to get an outro, you're just going to get the show and this little spiel I'm doing here. Enjoy the show, problems and all. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to create 100 episodes.
Welcome to Ranger Things. We're recording on July 7th, 2025. I'm Carlo Montagnino, and I'm joined by Brendan Lyons
Hi, hello.
and Dave Pacheco.
See, now you threw me off. Bomb weep, brown out weep, nitty bomb. Ranger fans.
Visit patreon.com/Ranger Things Podcast or rangerthingspodcast.com. Sign up, join the Wolf Pack. You'll see video of these episodes. And you can comment. That's good. Follow us on Twitter, RangerThings23, Blue Sky, Ranger Things Pod. Email us questions and comments. We'll read them on the show. Contact at rangerthingspodcast.com. We're available on your favorite podcast service. So rate and review the show. Gentlemen, this is our 100th episode.
Congratulations, boys.
We did it.
No. Congratulations to our fans who actually listen to us.
Yes.
Congratulations to you. We made it 100.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And I want to caveat our 100th episode because my audio might be a little jacked up. I'm recording from Manhattan. I could spit on the Madison Square Garden. I'm in the town for the work, and I'm testing out our mobile recording kit that we'll be using at the Winter Classic for tax reasons.
Tax reasons.
So
Yes.
we're testing that out. But we have a lot to talk about that is also hockey. You know, we've taken our time. We've digested free agency day and the days since. We've analyzed it. We've understood it deeply. We've crystallized our thoughts. And today when you're listening to it, we're going to go through every free agent move that Chris Drury has made this offseason so far.
Yeah, I want to say I'm glad we didn't jump the gun on an emergency episode.
Mm-hmm.
Really gave ourselves some time to sit in the decisions that were made, and then see some other things play out that made earlier decisions make a little bit more sense.
Mm-hmm.
So before we get into it, before we go through them item by item, what would you give knee-jerk reaction? Because I'm not fully adept to the whole ongoings of what the minutia of the contracts and everything and the deals that were made. But I want to say, just shooting from the hip, the average fan look at it like a B minus.
You talking about for Drury?
Yeah, for the
How
the
would we
things he's
grade
done
him?
thus far since the end of the season to right now.
So that's is this the beginning of next season or the end of last season? How
No,
do you
this is
view
just
free
our feelings
agency?
right now before we go over the moves that were made.
I'm
in the
going to give
past.
him from the closing bell of the 2024-2025 New York Rangers season to today, July 7th at 8:13 p.m. I'm going to give Chris Drury a strong B+.
Yeah, I'll give him a B+ as well. I think he's done a really, really good job extracting value where he could, but also adding value to the team.
Right. Because it definitely doesn't feel like a dumpster dive or anything or settling or whatever. I think it's solid thought.
We're starting to approach dumpster dive territory, but I think that's really just spending the rest of the cap, right?
I think that's every team does that. Once you get a few days out of
right.
He's filling out the training camp roster. Mm-hmm. Every team does that. Here's the reason why I'm not going to give Drury an A-. Both the Gavrikov deal and the Cooley deal were far too good, indicating Drury was working with two guys who really wanted to be Rangers.
Right.
And was able to take advantage of that. Also, the reason why he's not going to get an A+, an A-, for what he got back for Miller, which we'll get into later, is because clearly he was playing from a position of strength on the Miller deal through no fault of his own. This is a situation that Carolina walked themselves into.
Yeah.
When they couldn't get the guy they were actually after.
Yeah.
And were left no choice but to go after Miller. And so, we were playing from a position of strength, but not because we were smarter than Carolina.
Well, I'll say it. There is something to say about getting the most you can out of that position of power. So
yeah,
B+. I won't go as far as A, but I think it just because I want to hedge my bets, really. But let's start. Let's just start. Let's just do it. We're gonna start. We're gonna do chronological order. Keandre Miller. Okay.
Was that first? Was that
that's first. First one.
Wow.
So what happened here, and I'll just lay it out for you. It was a sign and trade. Carolina wanted to offer sheet him. Drury said, "Hey, let's just actually work the deal out because we want to get rid of him."
Right.
So we signed him, we traded him. Miller ended up with a 7.5 by 8 year contract. Crazy overpay, if you ask me. But I'm not an NHL GM, so I don't know. The return, which is really nice. You had a first round and a second round for the next draft. And you have Scott Morrow, who is the number one prospect in a lot of people's eyes in the Carolina system. Another defenseman. It's a great haul for Keandre Miller, who is underperforming for the Rangers. We wanted to move on from him. That was obvious.
Yeah. Here's to your point about getting the most out of a situation when you're in a position of strength. Kudos to Chris Drury after hearing that Carolina was planning on offer sheeting him. Kudos for him for having the poise to go back to Carolina and say, "Hey, look, you don't have your third. If you try to go get your third back, that team is going to know the situation you're in and charge you a whole lot more than just your second."
Yeah. And they were trying to. They were talking to Utah to get that pick back.
Yeah. And Utah, I think Carolina was hoping they could probably do just a second for a third.
Right.
And under normal circumstances, I think that would have worked. But at this point, Carolina knows they've got you by the balls. If you're willing to trade a second rounder for a third rounder, they know you're in the offer sheet market, and they're going to make you pay a premium.
Yeah.
So kudos to Drury for going to him and going to Carolina and saying, just send us the pick and maybe send us your top prospect instead of your second top defensive prospect.
Right.
And we'll work out a sign and trade.
Yeah, and I think that it was, there's a lot of flack because it's a division rival. There's a lot of flack because we will see Miller in the playoffs.
Yeah.
There's a lot of flack because, Keandre Miller has been kind of throwing jabs at the Rangers a bit. He wasn't happy here, obviously.
Yeah, clearly.
So I think, I'm not worried about sending Miller to Carolina, not a bit, because I think, Brendan, you had a great point, so I won't say it. I'll let you say it. But even if we see Miller a bunch, even if he turns into who we wanted him to be as a Ranger, that's all Carolina really has.
Right.
So it's not much to be scared of.
Right. And the truth is that if the Carolina Hurricanes, or any team for that matter, is just one Keandre Miller away from knocking us out of the playoffs, we're not a cup contender anyway.
Right. And again, back to Drury's poise, knowing it's a division rival, he was able to pull more out. He's more justified in pulling that value out from Carolina as well.
Yeah.
So it's masterclass. I think we're going to say that word a lot tonight.
Yeah. So we actually we got a question about this deal on Twitter from a friend of ours, a Twitter friend of ours. I always forget his real name. He told it to me a long time ago, but it's his Twitter handle is boom, all caps, BOOM, at Caniac Chef.
Okay.
He interacts with us. I chat with him quite a bit. And he asked me, he said, all right, give me
chop it up with the chef.
Yeah, I chop it up with the chef. Right. And he said, and I quote, all right, give me the objective lowdown on Miller, not the New York Ranger Homer version. So I'm going to tell you how I responded, and I'm going to see if you guys agree or disagree with my assessment of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I said pros. He's fast, a great skater. He's got killer reach and has moments where you're convinced he's a world beater.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? That's been the experience. The cons. He's not physical at all.
Right.
He's a bit of a head case.
Mm-hmm.
He's out of position a lot. And for me, the biggest issue is he has zero first pass awareness.
Yeah. Now
it's just go ahead.
Do you think? But so now we always talk about situational things and how to get the most of your plays. I think this might be the best situation for Keandre Miller. For all right, so we always bash the Canes, stuff like all they do is just everybody's just skating and you're just going. They don't really have a purpose. But I think there is some sort of semblance where he can go out of position and it's going to get automatically filled by somebody else, or because the Canes style is so aggressive that there's not much to worry about with that in that regard, because it fits in with the scheme. So maybe this is the best base for him to thrive for him. Maybe the Canes, that's why they were going to offer sheet him, because they say, okay.
I'll say this. I think they were going to offer sheet him because he was the second best defenseman available in the market.
Okay. And they need a defenseman.
They need a defenseman.
And let's be real. Also, go ahead, Carlo.
Yeah, but you're not wrong, Dave. I think Miller's abilities lend themselves well to the Hurricane style. But to Brendan's point, I agree with everything, your whole assessment there. He's just not. He has not yet put it together to be that weapon. He very well might.
Right.
But he just hasn't yet, and he is trending downward. Like, he's making more bonehead plays than not. He's out of position more than not. The offensive touch is twice a season. Like, when you see that flash, it's not often enough. So, and I'm not saying we robbed Carolina. This was a good deal for both sides. But, I mean, if we have to pick a winner or a loser, Rangers win this deal 100 out of 100 times.
So,
it's
based
on what we've seen.
Let me finish the conversation I had with this guy. After I told him the weaknesses, I said I really like Key and wanted things to turn around for him. I hope he figures it out because he's a great kid. If I were a Canes fan, I'd be excited about the offensive upside.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd be worried that he's being put in a system that so drastically depends on high IQ defensemen making a fast first pass to transition from defense to offense, and that's just not a strong suit. Because Dave
is not.
Dave, we talk so much shit about the Hurricanes, but really what we talk shit about is their offensive tactics.
Right.
And their offensive tactics are just bulls on parade. It's just bum rush, crowd. And maybe you see an uptick in his offensive production, because that suits his speed and his reach. But on the other side of the puck, their system relies so dependently on defensemen like Jacob Slavin, who is top 5 in the league, playing really with a really high IQ hockey, and seeing that first pass and finding that breakaway man, to transition through the neutral zone. K'Andre Miller is such a knucklehead in his own zone with the puck. I mean, how many times has he gotten the puck and instead of just sitting and finding that pass, just one split second, sitting in that offensive pressure and sort of like Adam Fox does, creating that time and space, like Jacob Slavin does, like every great defenseman does, finding that little bit of time and that little bit of space and hitting that first pass, first step, first pass out of the zone, right? All three of us played defense. That is the cornerstone. Yeah, there's closing gaps, the gap control and all of that, and your speed and your physicality. That's important, but it's equally important to know what has to happen when the puck is on your stick.
Yeah,
and he just doesn't have it. He coughs it up almost exclusively.
Yeah, I mean, how many times have we seen him make a lazy pass over the blue line to center ice and just get picked off and sent back?
Right.
And to his credit, he has excellent gap control. He has excellent speed, excellent reach.
Excellent.
He could defend the rush really well, but he's causing these situations far more times than he's defending them.
Right. And here's the misstep I think Carolina made is K'Andre Miller is the perfect type of defenseman to defend against the Carolina Hurricanes.
Yes. Yeah.
Because their offensive scheme is rush, shoot, rush, shoot, rush, shoot. And he's got such good, they said it in that interview, his size, his ability to close. Right?
Yeah.
That's what they were looking at. And like Carlo, like you said, it's impressive.
Yeah.
But like I told our friend, the danger zone for K'Andre is after he's closed the gap and he's created the turnover, or he's gotten his stick. He's got a great stick. He could get into passing lanes. He's got an incredible reach. The problem is after he's gotten into the passing lane and he's picked off the pass, and now he coughs it up right in between the fucking dots.
Yeah. And another big problem he has in a defensive zone is below the hash marks. He'll scramble. That's his default move is scramble and panic, and he has no poise below the hash marks. And how many times has he coughed up the puck in front of Shesterkin?
Right.
Countless times.
And here's the two things that separate K'Andre Miller from looking like a truly awful defenseman. One is the free-form defensive structure he's played under with the Rangers.
Yeah.
Right? It's been very simple. One defender in the middle, one defender in the corner, and then it shifts, and then it shifts. It's very creative, very free-form. And that is an advantage for him because of his reach, because of his speed. Right. And he's backstopped by the greatest goalie in the world.
Yeah.
Carolina knows that they don't have, Carolina does not have Igor Shesterkin in between the pipes, and they know it. They know that goalie is one of their biggest deficiencies, and they counter that with a hyper-structured 5-man defensive system. And he's not going to succeed in that, or at least I don't think he's going to. I hope he does. I genuinely hope he does.
Yeah, as I do agree with your pros and cons of him, I do think because he is a head case, so if you have this 5-man rotating defenseman kind of scheme that Carolina runs, or it's because of the tempo is pushed on every shift, maybe it won't give him time to get in his head, and he just reacts and he starts playing just like not thinking and just playing.
And that's where his skill is, in just playing. That could work for him. I think.
See, I disagree. I think that's where his skill isn't.
No, I don't think he's talented in that regard, but I think his instinctual play better suits him. If he's sitting there thinking X's and O's, that's when he gets in trouble.
Yeah. I think one of two things can happen, Carlo. I think either, one, he has a chip on his shoulder now because he was traded within the division, and the structure of Brindamore's system works for him like the Marine Corps works for a fucking Silvertooth kid. You know what I mean? And it just turns him into a monster.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what he needs. Maybe he needs that discipline. Maybe maybe this is a wake-up call. Getting traded inside the division.
Yeah.
Maybe is a wake-up call. Or he lets the fact that the Rangers thought so little of him that they were willing to trade him within the division sink into his head, and then he sees the speed of the system. Then he sees the IQ he has to play with. And then he loses to the Rangers.
Yeah.
One time next year. Gets exposed by somebody. Somebody dangles him. Somebody makes him look foolish in Canes versus Rangers. And this kid falls apart.
Riddle me this. Because, as we've established, Keandre Miller is the perfect defenseman to defend Carolina. Was it worth $7.5 million to take him off the chessboard? Knowing that you're going to face the Rangers in the playoffs whenever the Rangers make it.
No.
No, you don't think that's the. You don't think.
No. Just here's why. Just because his style, the way I drive is perfectly suited for Formula One. The way Dave drives is perfectly suited. Like Dave's aggression behind the wheel, Dave's desire to drive fast and precise is exactly the attitude a Formula One driver has. Dave's not nearly good enough to be a Formula One driver. You know what I mean?
I think he can do it.
No way.
You get what I'm saying?
Not well.
Did you just watch F1 or something?
No, I didn't. I didn't, and I never will. Wait, is F1 the one with Tom Cruise, or is it the one with fucking what's his name from Stranger Things?
Brad Pitt.
Yeah,
The new movie out.
Yeah, there's two. I feel like there's two Formula One movies out right now.
Are there? Is there?
There's one about Brad Pitt and Formula One, and then there's another one about a team built of kids who played Formula One video games.
That's a movie that came out 2 years ago.
Okay.
That's what Idris Elba.
Two movies about Formula One within 2 years is at the same time.
Let me tell you something. Formula One is, and I know this because I may or may not have insider knowledge of this. Formula One is being astroturfed to be the new American sport, right? They want everyone to get into Formula One, have their big Formula One parties, and spend a lot of money going to these events in the United States. That is an agenda.
That is an agenda. Happen.
Well, it is starting. It's already starting to happen, and this movie is the next phase of that to troll net everybody who hasn't already gotten into it.
So my brother's been watching Formula One for 20 something years, in rally car racing.
Yes, yeah.
Not NASCAR, but and MotoGP, which is motorcycles. And he's been down to Austin, Texas. They have a track to see MotoGP and Formula One, in a few times in the last 5 years or something like that.
Has he gone to Vegas?
No.
That's a fun track.
It's a fun track.
So what you're saying is we're about to see a live action version, a real world version of Talladega Nights play out in front of us.
No, that's NASCAR.
That's NASCAR.
But with a Formula One driver.
Yeah, actually, I I'm willing to bet within 10 years there's a very successful American F1 driver, like top tier Formula One driver.
I
10
gotta
years?
tell
That's gonna come from Texas oil money. It's not gonna be these European poofs. It's gonna be an American. They're taking over. America is taking over Formula One.
I gotta tell you,
Mark my words.
there is whether it's NASCAR or rally racing or Formula One, there's nothing quite as. Let me find the right word.
Just say the word you're thinking.
Stupid.
There we go.
As car racing. Car racing is the thing that you think is cool when you're a senior in high school. And if you think it's cool beyond that, it's like pro wrestling.
No, what you're failing to see is that women are leading the charge here in terms of American fan. I know too much about it.
In terms of Formula One?
Yes. I'm out in New York right now for work. This is a big part of that. So women are leading the charge in F1 fandom in America. So if you have all the girls getting together to watch the race in Monaco on their TV, they're obviously going to invite their boyfriends, and their boyfriend's going to get into it because why not? Right? It's not like
what is Formula One doing to capture the American female audience?
It's a lifestyle sport. It's like horse racing. You go to if you go to an event, you get a VIP booth, you get a bottle. It's a thing. It's not like catching a ball game on a Saturday afternoon. It's a lifestyle sport. All of the athletes, and I'll say they're athletes, all of the athletes are like gilded knights of Europe. They're like super hyper rich people funded by super hyper rich companies. And there's parties and champagne and ball gowns, and it's a lifestyle sport. So this attracts women, proven. And when a bunch of women are into a sport, the men will follow. Women they've stopped following the NFL. Well, they'd have Taylor Swift to help them with that, but that only gets you so much. Let's get a sport where women take the charge. And that's you're seeing it's happening. It's been happening for the past 10 years.
The thing of it is, though, it is a huge worldwide sport.
It's a worldwide sport too.
Yeah, it's huge. Really huge. So, like,
I know. It doesn't make it any less stupid.
Listen, I'm not I like Mario Kart. That's the amount of racing I wanted to get into. But I mean, there is literal billions of dollars at stake here. And there's billions of dollars in investment to get the American market cracked open with it.
Okay.
Just putting it out there.
So net Keandre signing the Rangers win out on that.
I think so. Yeah, so let's pick a winner and a loser. Let's grade this trade. We're gonna do that for each one. Let's grade this deal. Dave, what do you grade the Keandre for Morrow and 2 picks in 2026?
I think it's just a deal that makes sense. I'm gonna give it like an A-, B+. Like, it's not like, but I think it definitely filled the need of, getting something for him, and moving on and eventually going to the next player we're about to discuss.
So A- from Dave. Brendan, what do you give it?
I'm gonna give the New York Rangers an A, and the Carolina Hurricanes an A-. On this.
Yeah, that seems pretty fair. I'm gonna give Drury an A+, because I just liked his proactive nature here, and he stuck to the plan. We did not let this get out of the preseason, where it would cause more problems. We're not repeating last year. So I'm giving Drury an A+ there. If I'm grading the Carolina Hurricanes, I'll give them an A. And that's only because they had to give up a big prospect for the extra year on the contract.
Yeah,
So win-win.
It's a win.
I really do think it is. I think it's a win for the Carolina Hurricanes because not only do they get the man, but just like the Ranger fans are like barking at our management, I'd have to imagine that the heat is on for the Carolina Hurricane management to do something. I mean, they've spent more money this year than they've ever spent.
Yeah.
Between Miller and Ehlers, we could talk about later if you want. Like they're doing it. They're doing the thing they've never done. It started with Gensel. They're spending the money. They feel the pressure and they're acting on it. So I give them a slightly lower grade.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to the next deal Drury signed. That is signing a Gavrikov for 7x7, which I think was pretty good. Probably the most coveted free agent this offseason. Clearly wanted to be a New York Ranger. I don't think there was ever question about him landing on the Rangers. I think it was more so what would the dollars look like. And let's just say he took a really good discount. Whoever his agent is, Brisson, Drury must owe him a favor to get this deal done.
who is his agent? Is it Brisson?
Yeah.
Is that the same?
That's Brendan Brisson's father.
Of the same Brissons?
The very same. That's it. Yeah.
Interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah. So
who else does Brisson represent? Does he represent anybody else?
Quite a few players. A few more, an increasing amount on the New York Rangers. Yeah.
Got it.
So
got it.
Yeah. Let's not say too much, but I think we have a favorite agent in this organization.
Yeah. Are there any marquee players that this agent represents?
Quite
like
a few.
Real shining star players that this agent represents?
Yeah, I'm sure you can find a couple on that list.
All right.
Are
any of them free agents next year?
I'm sure there's a couple on that list.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. So this deal, 7 for 7, awesome. I think this is a steal. Not for a top pair defenseman, but for the top most desired free agent, it's a steal because usually
Carlo,
that's like a ridiculous contract.
Your Columbus Blue Jackets paid Ivan Provorov $9.5 million.
I'm aware. Well, they cleared up some cap space, and we'll get to that in a little bit. Provorov was probably the number 2 guy on the board.
Was it 9.5 or 8.5?
I didn't.
8.5?
I think it was 8.5. Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, that's the premium for years, right? The age, I should say. Drury wanted to work out a sign and trade to get that 8th year. And I want to interject here. We're going to probably say this a few times. This is a case where Drury was saved from himself and not being able to get that done. I don't think an 8th year of Gavrikov helps us.
So
I don't know what that does for us.
On the ice, no. It doesn't. But here's why Drury wanted that 8th year. Adding the extra year would have allowed him to, 1, potentially lower the AAV. And 2, and more importantly, change the structure of the contract. Potentially limiting the amount of years that Gavrikov has a no trade clause.
Okay, yeah.
So not getting the 8th year does negatively impact the Rangers in other ways.
Sure.
So I'll give him that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's a bad idea to want the 8th year for the reasons you said, but look at what we've done to our last multi-million-dollar defenseman, right? If Gavrikov has 2 okay seasons, we're gonna run this guy out of town.
Yeah. Also, we don't know what was going back in that trade.
Right.
What if it was like this might have been like Drury looking at this trade as an opportunity to offload salary
Right.
or offload Keandre Miller.
Right.
Because the Gavrikov deal did happen prior to the Miller deal. This is the Gavrikov deal was the first deal.
No. The Miller deal was done first. Gavrikov very shortly after.
Well, then the Miller deal was just so the Gavrikov deal was announced first. And then right after that, they announced that Miller was going to the Hurricanes and details would follow. That's the way I saw it.
Right, yes. The details didn't come till much later with the Gavrikov.
Right. So,
but that's like where we have an agreement in principle. We're hammering out the
it could have, maybe there was somebody else that Drury was looking to unload.
Right.
Maybe he was just looking to unload salary.
Yeah. So I think this is a no-brainer. You have a player who wants to be here. You have a good player who wants to be here. Someone who will, Ryan Lindgren, he's a warrior, blah, 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 blah. This is the guy you always wanted Lindgren to be, and he never was. And he never, ever, ever would have been.
Yeah.
Right? This is the prototypical complement to a defenseman like Adam Fox.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question about New York Rangers defenseman?
Okay.
It's a little bit off topic, but
no,
you brought it up. How do you feel about Will Borgen? Just in 3 words, guys. How do you feel about Will Borgen?
In 3 words, pretty good.
I guess he's fine.
I like
those. Those are your 3 words. I like him. Guess he's fine. Those are your 3 words. How do you feel about Ryan Lindgren?
Ryan Lindgren, not that good. That's my 3 words.
It's okay.
Dave?
Okay.
Yeah. Do you think Ryan Lindgren's worth $400,000 more a year than Will Borgen?
No,
because he's being paid $400,000 more a year than Will Borgen.
I think that GMs covet the piss and vinegar attitude of Lindgren.
If you had to pick one to be on your blue line, who would it be?
Borgen.
Well, it depends.
Like, stay healthier.
I mean, on my top line with Adam Fox, I mean, I probably would pick Lindgren.
Just Borgen. Somewhere on your blue line.
Just on my blue line somewhere, I'll take Borgen every day.
Yeah. For me, it's not even close.
Yeah,
it's not even close. I don't think Ryan Lindgren is good enough to be making $1.5 million more than Carson Soucy.
Yeah, I agree. I think, but this is these are stupid GMs who they see that, oh, this guy's injured all the time. That means he plays hard.
So for everybody
completely backwards.
For everybody who wanted to set Chris Drury on fire like a witch in Massachusetts, looking back on the Borgen contract and even the Soucy contract, it was smart money. It was good business.
Yeah,
that's all I had to say.
And like we say with them, like they're not going to be the turning point of a playoff series win or something like that. Like we're not saying that at all.
Exactly.
But
and
comparatively,
and if you're relying on them to be, you don't belong there anyway. Let me tell you something. Vladimir Gavrikov is going to make a top pairing of, is that his name? Vladislav
Gavrikov.
All right. So Vlad Gabby.
Yeah, I like it.
Vladagav. Come on, let's go.
Marian Gaborik is going to make having him on the top line, having him on the penalty kill, having him in close game, 1-goal lead situations where it's the goalie is pulled and it's 6-on-5. Having this guy on the ice for those moments is going to make Igor Shesterkin conservatively 5 to 10% better than he already is.
Yeah, I can agree with that. It's gonna. First of all, we have a completely new look defense.
Yeah,
completely.
Having a guy like Gavrikov is this. I know this is a bold prediction, but I think you're about to see. This is going to help launch Shesty into greatest goalie of all time numbers.
This is going to launch Adam Fox into another Norris conversation, like a legitimate one.
Yeah. About time.
This is Fox finally got his Buka Boom.
I hope so. I really hope you're right with that.
He is the Buka Boom to Adam Fox's Leach.
Yeah.
But he's better. It might be the best first pairing in the league. If it works, it might be the best first pair in the league.
So with that said, how are we grading this signing, fellers?
This signing, I'm going to give it an A. The only reason I'm not going to give it an A+ is because there's nothing Drury could have done to fuck this up. He was coming to the Rangers.
He took the discount and everything. Yeah, I think I'm more inclined to say an A as well. Maybe an A-, but the person hosting this just dropped out.
No, it's all good. Hopefully, it looks like it's continuing to record. So
hopefully we're not talking for no reason.
So much for the nobody's gonna want to come to New York angle that we've been here. That whole fucking crybaby bullshit we've been hearing on social media for the last few weeks. So nobody's gonna want to come to New York because Chris Drury is mean.
Right. I think there's definitely a different perception among outside of the Rangers locker room of what went on, or maybe you have other players who play with some of the Rangers, the Rangers players. So I'm sure, I don't know, like there's another perspective to it. And like, it's not all bad. It's not crazy. It's like, oh, these guys just didn't want to work hard because they were butthurt. Oh, well, I don't agree with that. Just like how I am with people at work.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so you're telling me if I want to play in the greatest city in the fucking world, I've got to work hard? Like the organization and the fan base is going to hold me accountable? I want that. Right? It doesn't happen very often, Dave, but winning a championship in New York is second to none.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I went to the Yankee parade when they beat the Mets in the Subway Series. You know how big of a everybody knows how big of a Mets
fan I'm not even a Yankee fan, and we went to that parade.
Yeah. I went to like one or two two of the Giants. I think
I'm a Jet fan. I went to both Giant parades and had a good time.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Like it's
dude,
there's something about it. It's almost unexplainable unless you feel it for yourself. Like if to have that overwhelming quantity and like the amount of people, and then in unison, like this insane magnetic feeling of just joy and happiness, and like you didn't have a skin in the game, and you're still like, wow, like this is incredible. Like it's really unexplainable. I guess it's how some people feel when they visit like holy structures or whatever, like throughout the world. But
New York is the Wailing Wall of sports.
Yeah.
Our Lady of Fatima. No, it's truly special. When the Knicks fucking do it, when they fucking do it, bro. We're going to erect golden statues of the starting five when the Knicks do it.
Yeah, that's going to be absolutely like ape shit.
It's going to be the Statue of Liberty, and then 200 yards away, there's going to be a golden statue of Jalen Brunson in the New York Harbor.
Well, what were they doing in the so they got rid of Tibbs. Did we talk about this? I feel like maybe I just talked about it a lot with other people.
They've been making some moves. They've been making some moves. But
you couldn't have. Did they plan to get who they get? Mike Brown
as a coach? I don't even know. I'm. Oh, excuse me. I've honestly, with the exception of free agency, with hockey free agent day, I've turned it off completely. I am powered down, dude. I don't think about anything but fucking going to the beach these days.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I understand that, and maybe we should take some more time off for ourselves from the podcast. You know, give these people a break from our droning voices.
Yeah. I spent the whole holiday weekend, all 3 days on the beach.
Nice.
It was
I heard
fantastic.
somebody got sick on the beach.
Bro, we were having, it was on the 4th of July, we were having a nice, wholesome American good time. Then, out of nowhere, somebody was like, Brendan, your wife is sick. And I turned around and she is just can't stand up. She looked like she was in a chair, like slumped. She looked like Bernie Lomax. Just slumped over in a chair, just puking into a fucking garbage bag.
Oh, I feel so bad. That's terrible.
This went on for like an hour.
And
this went on for, dude, an hour. We had reservations. We had reservations to go to some restaurant in, I believe, Long Branch, New Jersey.
Okay.
Oh fuck, excuse me. And it was like dinner on a beach in a beach club, and then there was fireworks. Ba 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 ba. Completely fucking missed it. Completely missed it.
And it's all her fault, and you need to remind her that every few days.
This is the second time that we've missed fireworks because of my wife getting absolutely shit-faced. Here's why she got shit-faced the other day, because she drank a bunch and ate a fuck ton of edibles. But you know what she didn't eat? Anything but the edibles all day.
Oh. Ooh, no. That's a recipe for disaster.
No food. And she got plastered. So I'm going to say, geez, fucking 10, 11 to 12 years ago at this point, before we left. Oh, I think it might have been our last 4th of July in New York before we moved to the West Coast. We're at a friend's house, and our friend, we would have been able to see the fireworks. The fireworks were on the East River that year. Remember how they used to alternate East River or Hudson, East River, Hudson. Now I think it's pretty much exclusively the East River.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was on the East River that year. Her balcony was high enough that we would have had an awesome view. Right? We're there early. We're barbecuing.
So we talking like right on the promenade over there?
No. It was a little bit further inland, but we would have been. Okay. We would have had a good view of the fireworks.
Right. Yeah.
Because we were high enough.
Well, yeah.
You know. Anyway, our friend, she made this blueberry infused vodka, and she had like a punch bowl of it. Right, and it was vodka. It was blueberry vodka, club soda. It was chilled blueberry vodka, club soda, and frozen blueberries. It was delicious.
Yeah.
Sandra didn't realize that there was vodka in it because the vodka tasted like blueberries. So she was using it as a mixer for more vodka.
Oh.
So she was drinking vodka with a vodka mixer, and she had like 8 of them.
Nah,
now
I feel
Dave,
like throwing up right now.
Dave, the Lord has never made a bigger lightweight than my wife. She cannot handle her. I mean, she's gotten better over the years. She's practiced, and she's gotten better over the years. But back then, she was a what are the baby Jedis called before Anakin killed them all? Yeah, she was a little Padawan back then. She was like the little Padawan that looked up at Anakin right before he slaughtered them all.
Master Skywalker. So so let's get into the next signing that the Rangers made. That was enough sidebar for now.
Yeah.
Which is
for those of you who don't know, we were sidebarring because Carlo disappeared 10 minutes ago.
The tech man.
and still has not reappeared.
The Shadow Wolves members will see it. I mean,
So-
the Wolfpack members. Sorry.
Either Carlo is having technical difficulties, or he's been kidnapped by the cartel.
Oh shit! I forgot about the cartel.
They got him. We're gonna have to go on a hijinks latent adventure to free him. It's gonna be like whatchamacallit? Is it the Babysitters Club?
What?
Which one is the one where the babysitter died? Which one is the one where it's like they're like they get lost in the city and the mechanic looks like Thor? Vincent D'Onofrio is the mechanic. It looks like Thor.
This is a good one. This is a classic. You don't know. You can't remember the name.
It was
Elizabeth.
Adventures in Babysitting.
There you go.
Adventures in Baby. We're gonna have to go on an Adventures in Babysitting like quest
to get
Carlo back from the cartel. That was a good movie.
Hell yeah.
That was a great movie.
Formative of my childhood.
Yeah. That and Don't Tell Mom. Was it Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead?
That's the one. That's the one I thought you were talking about originally, but then when you started describing the plot, I was like, oh yeah, no.
Also hijinks.
Yeah, Christina Applegate. David Duchovny's in that.
Is he?
Yeah, he's one of the slimy bad guys at the firm that she started working at or whatever, fashion place.
Oh, yeah.
How do I remember like a stupid detail like that, but I can't remember like shit I did 3 days ago? I have no idea.
The last 4 digits of your social security number.
Okay, yeah, I got it.
So yeah. So Will Cooley signs 3 at 3.9 or 2 at 3.9.
2 at 3.9.
Yeah. I would have loved to see a third year. I understand why the Camp Cooley did not want to sign for a third year. I think a lot of us thought this. I thought this contract was going to come in at under 4, and I'm glad it did. I think Drury was prepared to spend up to 5. But realistically,
it's what he's worth.
I think the thing we were all right about is that, price aside, years aside, how it was going to happen aside, there was never any doubt that Will Cooley was going to be a New York Ranger next year.
Yeah, it just seems like he wants to be here. There's a good relationship here. He's got a good work ethic. But we, as much as we would love for him to be a top 6, we think he's more middle 6 than anything. But I think it's a solid signing for a third line winger or sometimes second line winger.
I think we're in good shape if he's a second line winger. We're in good shape if he's in the top 6. We're in great shape if he's middle 6. If he's bouncing around in the top 6, I think we're okay. It doesn't hurt us. But if he's bouncing around in the middle 6, that means we're in great shape. So
right. So he doesn't have to try and be better than he is or reach outside his comfort zone.
Exactly. And don't forget that he's still pretty young.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So I think it was definitely a fair signing. I think it's good, fan favorite for the most part. So, it's always good to have guys like him and Rempe locked up for the next few years. So
I love a show.
Happy.
I love a show me contract, Dave. I love a show me contract. I think it was smart. I think it was smart for both parties. I think it was smart for the Rangers to say, okay, you did it last year. Show me you could do it again before you get paid. Right. And it was also smart for the Drury camp. For the Cooley camp to identify that the cap is going up. And this kid, provided he stays healthy, has a ton of potential. And he's saying, you know what? I'm not going to undercut myself at, let's say, a 4.5 for 5 or 6 or whatever, or even longer. Give me a little less money for 2 years. Let me go out there. Let me fucking set the world on fire, and then I'll get paid.
Do it. Fucking knuck if you buck right now.
If Cooley goes out there and he fucking lights it up, pay the man. You know me. Will Cooley Will Cooley's one of my favorite Rangers in 20. I mean, the last time I liked a Ranger this much was like Ryan Callahan.
Wow.
You know,
that's large little shoes to fill.
Yeah, he's like, and I put him firmly in that category of hockey player. He's a Callahan. He's a Dan Girardi. Well, because he's a forward, let's talk about just forwards like him. And, he's got the type of motor that you see from guys like Callahan. I think the last time I liked a young forward, as much as I like him, was Ryan Callahan.
Yeah. Well, Callahan. I mean, Hagelin was a bit different, but in that realm, which he I guess he had less jam, but he got in there. He was fast, but I like the signing. So I'm gonna a solid rating I would give it would be.
I'm gonna give it an A.
Yeah, I see. I'm between a B+ and an A-. Not that it's bad.
Okay.
I just think I think it fits the need. I think it's just a solid, signing. Hey, you got
hey,
the
Luch.
The cartel got the ransom money.
We thought we were gonna have to go on an adventure in the Big Apple.
Babysitting.
We were going to have to go on an adventure in babysitting to find you. Up, and he.
I'm back. You hear me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's on his phone.
I'm on my phone.
So
I no adventures in babysitting. No Vincent D'Onofrio needed.
Okay. Next time, Vinny. Next time.
Sorry, guys.
So we're gonna give you what's your Gavrikov grade first, and then
my Gavrikov grade is A, because it was a pretty good deal considering what free agency normally is.
Right. I think we're all pretty in line with that.
We're both pretty aligned with that. What's your Cooley grade?
Yeah.
We just finished talking about Will.
So
and you can talk a bit, obviously.
Now I can walk around like a pace around the room now. I'm not tethered to my laptop on the shitty Wi-Fi. Cooley ended up with this contract, 3.9, right? For 2 years.
Yeah.
He is the highest paid bridge deal in New York Rangers forward history.
It's also the highest cap.
That's true. I think it's perfect because last week we were talking 4.5, 4, like this comes in under all that. It's the 2 years is perfect. It's a show me deal. If we don't like it, no skin. We lose nothing. We gain everything.
I was telling Dave, I can't. The last time I was as excited about a young Rangers forward like this was probably Ryan Callahan.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say Chris Kreider even, right?
Yeah, I think maybe Kreider. Yeah, Chris Kreider's, not a comparable player, but comparable fan vibes.
Yeah.
But yeah,
comparable.
I think comparable.
Yeah, but I think Cooley's more of like an amalgamation of probably Callahan and we just lost Carlo.
See, Carlo is
here.
Carlo's gone again, and when he comes back, he'll be on his Apple Watch.
No, I'm here. I hear you. I guess when I switch apps so I can see the show notes, my camera cuts out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Excellent.
yeah.
As long as we know now.
Yeah, but I hear you.
Yeah, I love the Cooley deal. I love Will Cooley. I think I think Carlo, you hit it on the head a couple of weeks ago where you said in a perfect world he turns into JT Miller. But I think for now, like Dave and I was just talking about Carlo, if he ends up having to bounce around our top six, I think we're in good shape. But if he's bouncing around our middle six, we're in great shape.
Yes, exactly. I mean, this guy is perfect second or third liner. There's no. I mean, if he sees a first line, we're actually in trouble.
I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't go as far as saying in trouble because I think situationally, Will Cooley could be a really solid top six player. Speaking of middle six, though, Can we talk about a couple of small deals that went down to fill out our middle six?
Yes. Well, the next one is Taylor Radish.
Tyler Radish.
Tyler Radish. I personally like my radishes sliced thin.
This is a beefy radish.
There's a beefy radish. Yeah, I like this because this is exactly to your point, Brendan. Perfect segue. This is
It is Taylor.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is Taylor, not Tyler.
Vindicated. Yeah, it's a cheap contract, 1.9. You got 2 years. Great third liner. He plays both sides of the ice,
Nice.
left and right. This is everything this says to me is if the kids can't hack it just yet, if the kids need a little bit more time, we have a very capable NHL ready guy in the lineup to cover for them.
Yeah.
Right? I don't see this guy being an every nighter, not according to the plan at least. But this is like, hey, Perreault has a slow start. Achman's not feeling so hot. All right, well, throw Radish in. Totally capable, can do it all. He's a complete utility tool.
Yeah, this is in my mind a much better Tyler Pitlick.
Yes.
You know, how do you guys feel about his involvement / uninvolvement with the Team Canada situation? We won't go into what the situation is. We all know what the situation is.
Yeah. So obviously the situation's shit. I'm going to say it. He's not in jail. He can play hockey legally.
Yeah.
So he's available. I don't know him as a person. You read what was said during the interviews. You read all this stuff. I don't know. That's a shitty question you just asked. So I don't know.
Allegedly, the story is he was not in the room when there was when there was an early gathering in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly, he walked over there and was like, "Oh, what's going on?" And everybody was just hanging out at the time. And then he went back to his room.
Yeah.
And then found out that something had happened in that room and that there was an investigation, and sent a text message to some of his teammates that was like, boys, you're fucked. They're investigating whatever happened in that room.
Yeah.
Allegedly, that's what happened. Look, I think you're right, Carlo. He's not in jail. And at this point, we know that, albeit it was with a gun to their head, Hockey Canada did a very thorough investigation and came down pretty hard on a lot of players. And he was never in any of the conversations.
Yeah. And, we can't, this is at the risk of sounding like whatever, cancel culture is not good. So he was on that team. He wasn't involved in the incident directly. Did he know what happened? That's between him and his maker. It's we have the text message records, we have all of that stuff. Right. I'm not going to go as far as say he's in the clear. He did no wrong, because I don't know. I don't think
we don't
knows.
we don't know, and no one ever will. But we can't damn the entire team for the actions of the people who did something wrong. Not the entire team wasn't in that room. The entire team didn't know what was going on.
Right.
We can't damn them all. No matter how awful the situation was. And
I just a word to listen, we have a lot of young, I don't know how, we don't have that many young listeners. Maybe we do these days. There's a lot of young Rangers fans, a lot of young hockey fans on the internet. And I'm not here to dismiss or poo-poo anybody, but you have to. You're not going to have a good time if you go around hating every single person because they are tangentially related to something bad.
Yeah, you're gonna run out of people you're allowed to like.
Yeah, so I think
real fast.
Yeah, so I mean, unless it's proven in some way through the justice system or not, you really have to reserve judgment for that person and who they want to be judged by.
Yeah.
But that's all I'm going to say about that.
Well said. I wanted to bring it up because it is a talking point that is out there. And I think that sadly, here's how this is going to go. If Taylor Radish turns into a solid New York Ranger, we're never going to hear anything about this.
Right.
If Taylor Radish does not, we're going to hear everything about this.
I mean, I think
sadly that's how this is going to go.
If we find out he's bunking with Panarin on road trips, then I think we can kind of make our conclusions here.
Yeah.
Well, we already had our Panarin conversation.
So with that said,
we have a couple more. For the Taylor Radish, B.
Yeah.
He was available. Good stats. His time on the Capitals was streaky at best. This is not someone we want on our third line for the whole season, so we'll take the good streaks.
Yeah.
This is a guy who's going to play backup to the youth that we have in our lineup.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's good spray foam, but it seems.
Exactly. Solid B, if you ask me.
Yeah, I give it a B.
Yeah, B.
All right.
Pretty easy. Yeah. No brainer.
So let's move on to the next one. We got Derek Pouliot, signed for 2 years at the league minimum. It's a 2-way contract.
Wait a minute.
I did hear this.
You did or did not hear this?
I did not hear this. No,
yeah. So how do we feel? I mean, there's not much to say. We're filling the coffers in Hartford at this point. Yeah.
Which Derek Pouliot?
The one whose name is Derek Pouliot.
31-year-old Derek Pouliot?
Yes.
Okay. All right. He's with the San Antonio Rampage.
Yeah. So this is a depth move. I think this is, again, Hartford has to replenish as well. B minus. Okay. I don't know. I don't know how to grade this one.
Yeah, this one doesn't get a grade. This is incomplete.
He's not going to see the Rangers. We'll say that.
Ever.
I'm excited about the next guy they signed.
The next guy, I have a close personal affinity for. One, Trey Fix-Wolansky.
Say it again.
Trey Fix-Wolansky.
Okay.
Fix-Wolansky. You saw him at the Monsters game when we all went.
He was the captain of the Monsters, correct?
He was the captain that season, yes. Now Stefan Matteau's son is the captain. Fix-Wolansky, I have a deep dive on. I don't know, deep dive. I'll just tell you everything I know about him. I watched him 100 times. Think Zuccarello, but with a great scoring touch.
Okay.
He plays with a stick that's appropriate to his size, and he's feisty. He's not afraid to mix it up. He gets in there. He scores. He's one of the leading scorers in the AHL consistently. Was the captain of the Cleveland Monsters, alternate captain this season. When I heard this news, I was heartbroken that I'm not going to get to see him however many times I go to the games. But I was so happy because while he's probably going to live in Hartford, he can be put onto the Rangers for scoring depth. This guy, like, this is another Radish-esque signing.
Okay.
Where, hey, we need some goals on our third line, and everyone's slopping them up. Get Fix-Wolansky up there. Ranger fans, you are going to fall in love with this man.
They gotta love him.
You're gonna love him. You're gonna start seeing Fix-Wolansky. If he plays 10 games this season, you have another phenomenon on your hands.
Really?
This guy.
Well, we're gonna announce it now. So this is a new segment with every potential prospect that we acquire, that we think are gonna go great. We're gonna make a shirt of them on Rangers shop.
Yes, Rangers shop. Well, no, but I'll say this. Ranger, you're gonna love this guy. If you see this guy for any substantial period of time, you're gonna love him. He plays hard. He's tenacious, and he's like a Zuccarello type, with more scoring upside.
Okay.
I'm very happy about this.
This is emotions talking A+ right there.
I'll say this is a B- because you might have found other, like, real objectively, you might have found other players that you can get at the league minimum at that age to, like, fill that role, but emotionally, yeah, this is an A because this guy is awesome, and I'm completely biased when I say that this is one of the better signings of Drury.
I'm gonna take y'all's word for it, and I'm gonna give it a B+.
There we go. Mark my words, you will start seeing Fix-Wolansky jerseys at MSG.
Okay.
Mark my words.
Is that all of them?
There's let's see. Oh, Brendan Brisson.
Who's this guy?
Wait a minute.
Hold on a second. He re-signed. The Rangers qualified him earlier last week. Signed the contract, league minimum, 1 year. It's a 2-way contract. I think as long as next season's free agent class is what it is, this guy will be on our roster. Take that as you will.
Solid A signing.
Yeah, A+.
As long as the wheels are turning.
As long as the wheels are turning. There's one more.
Brendan Brisson will be on our roster.
There's one more that I bookmarked because it happened today. Justin Dowling, formerly of the the New Jersey Devils.
Yes, I saw that.
Justin Dowling. I don't like this one. From all of the Devils fans that I'm seeing, I don't know much about him myself. I haven't watched him play. I don't watch Devils games. Brendan, maybe you can tell us. Everything I'm hearing, this guy skates like he's got sandbags up his ass. He stinks.
He was probably never going to see the team anyway. This might just be competition for the kids.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, this is all training camp, right?
Yeah. Can we talk about free agency a little bit? Like, because there's, along with the news before, like, so obviously this has been a strange free agency period. I think one of the stranger free agency periods we've seen in a long time for 2 reasons. The first reason is typically, July 1st, 12:01, boom, right out of the gates, bang, 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 bang. You start seeing dominoes fall.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't happen this year. The clock struck noon, and it was like the waters were calm and remained calm. And the reason, at this point, it's pretty well reported that the reason GM stayed so quiet for so long is because nobody wanted to have the tampering target painted on their back.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Ottawa, for that.
Soft tampering.
Yeah, thank you for, another bombshell has entered the villa, thanks to Ottawa. Now we have to hear about soft tampering, which isn't real, because something can't be this prevalent and also be real at the same time. Like, it's not an issue. Yes, it happens, and it's always happened, and it is always happening. In perpetuity.
In Ottawa's defense, your best player in the past 20 years is being courted by other players, and you need that man desperately. I get it, but yeah, like maybe GM should nut up and say, "Who cares?"
Right. So there was that, and then the second, and maybe the bigger reason why this was a strange free agency period for the fans is because it was before it even started, it was being eclipsed by next year's free agency.
Yes.
And before the free agent market even opened this year, we were told by the most unreliable of sources when it comes to hockey news, the NHL, that a lot of big names in next year's draft, like McDavid and Kaprizov and Eichel, were all already strongly leaning towards re-signing with their current teams.
Right.
This, I want to go on the record on July 7th, 2025 at 9:25 p.m. That was a lie. As they say on my favorite game show, that is a cake.
You love that shit?
That's your favorite game show?
Look, it's a lie, and here's why.
Wait,
here's why.
Or
first of all, is it a cake is one of the most genius concepts of all fucking time.
Oh man,
let's get that on fucking record.
Okay.
Second of all, this is standard issue Bettman propaganda. This is the draft was an absolute nightmare. Right? I need to make sure that 32 GMs don't stand pat and pinch every fucking penny this year because they're waiting for next year. And I think his primary colluder was the Players Association. The top brass at the Players Association wanted to make sure that their free agents this year got a fair shake in terms of getting paid. And it wasn't a bunch of cheapskate contracts because everybody's trying to save their money for next year. That's what I think.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think people necessarily overpaid. I don't think teams necessarily overpaid this year, though, either.
So, I mean, some did. The teams that were not going to be in the race next year, like Columbus, overpaid this year.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But everyone else, they didn't, or at least they didn't if they were smart, or maybe they overpaid a little bit, but it was on real short terms. Because the truth is, next year is the big one, right?
Yeah.
It might be the biggest free agent class of our generation.
It is. We went through that list. Not last week, the week before. It's insane.
Right. So they didn't. I think Bettman didn't want every GM to sit on his hands.
Yeah, and I think they still did. Right. The fact that
to a degree,
think of the last time the top defenseman free agent didn't go for 9.5. That hasn't happened in 5 years.
I know.
Right? I mean, yeah, you have defensemen like Lindgren going, what do you get, 4.5 from Seattle? That's an overpay. but I think that's
Yeah.
market value for an available defenseman during free agency, right? Like prices are always inflated during free agency.
Right.
The fact that Gavrikov didn't go for 9, what did Ehlers sign for? I haven't seen that deal yet.
I don't remember.
I mean, that's probably going to be a pretty fair deal, right?
51 million over 6.
Right. So what's
what-
the AAV on that?
Cap hit is 8.5.
8.5. I mean, that's
Pretty fair. That's pretty fair.
that's
for Ehlers.
pretty fair, and it's not an overpay.
It's not. It's
You
not.
have to remember this is the league that paid David Clarkson $8 million a year.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone was pretty convinced that we were going to see a ton of overpay this free
but I
agency,
think
and we didn't.
to your point, Brendan, I think GMs did sit on their hands.
Yeah.
This
To a
GM
degree,
class this free agent class didn't get screwed. They got fair value,
Yeah.
but they didn't get the bag like they could have because every
Mhm.
GM needs that extra $1 or $2 million.
Yeah.
The inevitable
For
next
next
season.
Yeah, and I think the most interesting piece on to hit the market next year is Jack Eichel. In all reality, McDavid is going to fucking punk out and resign, just like Draisaitl did.
I don't think. I think McDavid. I think he might test, but I think Eichel is the unknown quantity here.
Yeah,
He's
and
man.
if you look at the moves that Vegas has made, it certainly seems like they're preparing to lose Jack.
Yeah, I mean they don't have the money to keep him. They just don't.
No,
they don't have the money to start playing next season.
Yeah, they don't have the money to keep him, and when you look at the people they refused to move back to Toronto, they're safeguarding their center depth.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We shall see. There's one more free agent next year that nobody's talking about. He's not a UFA. He's an RFA.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's talking about him. Even though in most situations, this deal for a player of this caliber would have been locked up at 12:01 July 1st. And that's Adam Fantilli.
If you don't think that Columbus is going to move hell and high water to keep him, you're crazy.
I don't doubt what I'm not doubt. I think Don Waddell's a great GM.
Mm-hmm.
I don't doubt he will do everything in his power to keep Adam Fantilli. The question is, if Adam Fantilli wanted to stay, would they be where they are right now? In very, very early and reportedly contentious stages of contract negotiations. We don't even know if there's contract negotiations.
Right.
As far as we know, nothing is being talked about. Adam Fantilli can just be holding out and hoping for an offer sheet. We might see Fantilli offer sheeted. We might see him traded for a haul of a package. I think as of right now, there is conservatively a 15% chance that Adam Fantilli plays his last season as a Blue Jacket next year. And every month he goes unextended, it goes up 5 to 10%.
I mean, maybe. I won't disagree with you whole cloth, but Columbus doesn't like to negotiate in season. They just don't. They might just be waiting for the end of next season to do this.
Could be.
But I think the threat is real of an offer sheet. You have a team that has the compensation ready to go, that needs a player like Anaheim is a perfect candidate to offer sheet Fantilli.
Yeah. I know a guy. I know a GM who spent the last 2 weeks completely restocking the draft capital cupboards.
Do you think? Are you proposing the idea that Fantilli wears the Rangers blue?
Bro, let me tell you about the level of bricked up I would be if Fantilli came to New York.
That is franchise changing.
Fantilli he's not McDavid,
No.
but when it comes to next year's draft, the free agent class, he's everyone else and more. You know, he is Eichel, but younger.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, dude, could you imagine? Could you imagine Adam Fantilli on this Ranger team?
Immediately the most liked Ranger since Nick Fotiu.
He's already like Adam Fantilli is one of my favorite hockey players right now in the league. He's electric.
Yeah.
He would be the most beloved Ranger. I mean, he would, as far as forwards are concerned, he would topple Zuccarello. I mean, you'd have to go back. You'd have to go way back when it comes to skaters. Obviously, nobody could touch Hank, but you'd have to go pretty far back in terms of skaters to find his equal when it comes to fan excitement for a player.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I mean, that'd be exciting.
We're waiting for you. We're waiting for you, Adam.
I'll press the jersey for you this week. All right. I think it's time to land the plane. We're going to do... I'm off script right now. So we're just going to wing it. Dave, who is your star of the week?
Star of the week, to keep with my theme of being in the off season and not naming hockey players or Rangers stars or frauds. I'm gonna say the New York Mets are the stars of the week for beating the Yankees 2 out of 3 on our country's birthday weekend.
Good. That's good. Good job.
Nice job. Nice job.
All right, Brendan, who's your star of the week?
Without question, it's Chris Drury. Without question. If you still aren't convinced, you're a fucking idiot. Chris Drury is not one of the best GMs in the league. He is the best GM in the league.
Yeah, it's hard to see the moves that other teams have made compared to Drury and say that anyone has done a better job. Yeah. It's hard to, I mean, some mistakes aside, Drury has a pretty impeccable track record.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could argue Bill Zito, but
yeah, Bill Zito's up there, certainly. The tax situation helps him,
yeah, and the culture there. The culture helps as well, and that's what Drury's trying to create in New York. This winning culture, because I'll tell you right now, Bill Zito is just as cutthroat.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who it's not: Yzerman or fucking Verbeek.
Yeah, anyway. These crumb bums.
Carlo, who's your star of the week?
My star of the week was going to be Drury, but I'm going to go with, and maybe you're going to chastise me for this, Keandre Miller. He got a fucking bag.
The kid got the bago. Unbago.
Good for him. Good kid, well deserved. I'm happy. I am happy for him. My heart is happy for him.
Genuinely, I like Keandre Miller. Genuinely.
Yeah, genuinely.
And I'm happy that he got paid.
Yeah, because I would not have been happy if the Rangers paid him that much. All right, so fraud of the week, Dave. Who's yours?
My fraud of the week is Monsieur Carlo Montanino, who I beat by like 4 strokes or 2 strokes in golf.
No, you beat me by like 5 strokes. You beat me like 5 strokes.
Though we were capping a limit on bogeys and stuff like that, for strokes and stuff like that. This guy plays golf at least twice a week. The last time I played was him like 2 years ago. And Carlo, you're my fraud of the week. I'm sorry to
I'll take
put it
I'll
out there like
I'll
that.
take it, but I'm not gonna defend my poor play. I played like piss. But you had 4 or 5 pars where you deserved them, you earned them. But in a round where nobody deserved to make par, you pulled 4 out, and those are the 4 strokes that you beat me by. So just do that math. I'll just say that. Yeah, congratulations, Dave. Brendan, who's your fraud?
My fraud of the week this week is going to be Dave Pacheco.
Oh no!
For thinking that the Mutts winning 2 meaningless games
Mutts.
in early July qualifies them to be bestowed with an honor, with a title as that carries as much prestige as Star of the Week.
Sounds
Actually,
like
my
sour grapes.
actual fraud of the week is every fucking dog shit Met fan that yelled at somebody's dad.
What?
That yelled at Anthony Volpe's, like started a fight with Anthony Volpe's dad in the ballpark.
Classless. These Mets fans are classless.
Just fucking. These are the type of guys who wear sweatpants to Michelin star restaurants. You know what I mean? This is why you can't give fucking people from Queens anything nice. You know what I mean? Give them a nice new ballpark. You know, what do they do?
The Yankees have a new ballpark.
But the Yankee fans aren't from Queens, Dave.
From Bronx, yeah.
They're from everywhere but Queens. They're from everywhere but Queens.
Brendan, I have to call attention to the fact that a Bronx cheer is a fart sound.
Listen. It's still not. It's still, no matter how bad it is, it's still not Queens.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
Yeah. I mean, look. What does Queens have? That's worth talking. Was it Billy Joel? Fucking
no, he's Long Island. He's Long Island.
The Ramones.
I mean, they had a little bit. They had a little run.
King of Queens.
King of Queens. That's a great show.
Kevin James. Listen, the only good thing to ever come out of Queens was Run DMC.
Nas.
And Nas.
Kiss.
The Kiss is overrated. All right. Put that in your love gun and smoke it. You know what I mean?
My fraud of the week is me. Actually, not me. I'm the victim here. My fraud of the week is both this hotel's Wi-Fi and Apple's hotspot.
Yeah. You needed to complete the circle and make me your fraud of the week.
Oh.
You really, I fucking teed that up for us a meatball right over
my
the middle.
fraud of the week. But why are you the fraud? Brendan,
you had the whole time I was vamping about the Mets for no reason to think of it.
Brendan, you've been impeccable this week. I have nothing.
Carlo, who's your fraud of the week? My fraud of the week is Brendan Lyons for not coming to Cleveland for 4th of July.
Yeah, you missed a good time.
My fraud of the week is Brendan Lyons for who? Do you know how many things I did this week to qualify me as a fraud? Infinite.
Well, listen, as right as you are, I don't want to air our dirty laundry on the podcast.
Okay.
I'm trying to do you a favor. I'm trying to be a star of the week here. Opposite of your fraud.
I got you. You want to know why? You want to know the real reason why I'm a fraud of the week?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he could have came.
You get 2 frauds.
On the 3rd of July. On the 3rd of July, I received a shipment from Amazon, and it was 2 fresh, brand new bathing suits. Right?
Okay.
And I, with a heart full of braggadociousness, just not a speck of modesty, the next day, without a single pre-wash, threw that bathing suit on and went to the beach.
Nice. That's good.
Do you know? No, it's not, Carlo. No, it's not. And I'm going
Explain.
to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. When I say bathing suit, I don't mean like just a pair of gym shorts. I'm talking about bathing suit with the mesh lining.
Mm-hmm.
Without a round of fabric softener.
Oh.
By the end of the day, I looked like it was like a killing floor down there.
Listen, you're circumcised, right? You should be used to this. What murders?
What murders?
Why didn't you just cut the netting out?
I'm telling you, I went in cocky.
But
I went
listen,
I
I can't
cocky.
remember the last time I had a bathing suit that had the mesh lining.
Really?
Either, and that's why I forgot.
Yeah.
Hold on. What?
It's been at least 10 or 15 years.
You're cutting them out right out of the gate.
Either cutting them out, or you get like board shorts, or you get something that's where you don't need it, and you can they're quick drying shorts.
That's typically what I use. I've typically in the past I've used like Fabletic shorts, stuff like that, like athleisure shorts.
Mm-hmm.
But my wife has been fucking yelling at me that my bathing suits are too long. She's like, you look like a little kid because they're all still like they get wet and then they fucking stretch out. They're like below the knee. And I agree.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When they're wet, they get a little. Plus, I've lost 76 pounds. Like it's like everything's a little bit fucking shungat right now. You know what I mean? I'm in a tween stage with a lot of my clothes.
Yeah.
So I order these bathing suits and they have the mesh, and I throw it on. I go to the beach. I'm in the waves. I'm frolicking. Right? It's a lot of waves. It's a lot of pounding on the front of the body. You know,
a lot of friction.
Sustained impact, right?
Mm-hmm.
I get home on the 4th of July and the face, you know what I'm talking about? Not the tip.
Yeah. The whole frontal shaft.
You know what I mean? Just
Cheese
checkerboard.
grated.
Just a checkerboard.
I'm sorry to hear.
It was a rough shower. It was a rough shower.
I've never not had a proper bathing suit, and maybe I'm the weird one.
No, I think
listeners, write in. What kind of bathing suit do you have? I want to know.
Really, it could have all been avoided if when I got that bathing suit, I would have just threw it in the wash. A little bit of fabric softener, get it nice. I'll never have the problem again.
Right.
Because now they get washed.
Time. It ruins your day.
That first time, it really did. It ruined my day.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So that concludes the state of my privates portion of the show.
Your private estate.
My private estate.
All right. Well, that's it for this week. I'm going off script here. Thank you for listening. Go to rangerthingspodcast.com or patreon.com/rangerthingspodcast. Join the Wolf Pack. You would have seen the complete shit show that was this episode.
This 100th episode.
This
100th episode. Yes.
100
Happy
episode.
100, everybody.
Thank you to the listeners. Thank you to my co-hosts here.
Yes, thank you both.
You. Follow us on Twitter. Twitter/RangerThings23, right? Blue Sky, I don't do that. Rangersuck.shop. Go to that, buy some shirts. I'm wearing the Rags sweatshirt in black. Let me tell you something. It's thin. It's perfect for a hotel room where you've cranked the AC down to 60 degrees.
Oh, I love it. You're not paying that bill.
And the screen printing is great because it's not like thick and you don't feel it like on your body. It's pretty.
It's not thick. You don't feel the screen printing on your body, but it's high quality enough where it's not going to wash off after 10 washes.
Yeah,
good stuff. Go get it. For Dave Pacheco.
Good night, everybody, and enjoy Drury's masterclass of free agents and trades.
Brendan Lyons.
Bye.
I'm Carlo Montagnino. See you all next week.